Oh, we're back.
We're back to nobody.
Lightning.
Oh, Sid Bones is here.
Oh,
Sid Bones.
A good brother. Good brother,
Sid Bones.
Thank you.
Thanks for. He's the only one who stuck around with us. Sid Bones.
Explain to the people, Trent, what happened there and what's going on right now.
I think
Yes,
Jaybone.
Mirror Impact Review Take 2. Yes, Part 2.
Jaybone died on Halloween. The evil spirits of Halloween got Jaybone, and that was it.
Yes.
His feet died. Everything died out. Jaybone is done.
Jaybone, he was a good man, but he did not have a good internet connection. That's what happened.
So you know while we wait,
we're gonna have to take a few minutes to let the loungers come back in.
Saying any questions for me?
Yeah, all right. A quick Q&A with the nurse, loungers. Anything?
How about that?
Anybody?
Too hot for you. I think they were talking about Jaybone.
Actually, you know what? Impromptu scumbag of the week segment, everybody. So mid-show scumbag of the week. This week's scumbag would have to be Jaybone.
Jaybone scumbag of the week.
He's got a lot of responsibility. What a scumbag! He's got a lot of responsibility being the producer of the show and handling the internet connection, but he couldn't keep up with it. So our entire broadcast, that was part 1. This would have to be part 2.
I don't know how
we're back.
I don't know how we're gonna handle it on the video. People want to watch 1 and 2. I don't know how that's gonna work. Kyle, you're gonna have to do some of your video editing, man. You're gonna have to figure that out.
Just like that segment. I'll just go like that, and we'll be good.
Hey, now I'm figuring out the StreamYard thing here, Trent.
You're back to producer role here, Kyle.
Yeah, well, hey, I told you I wanted to do this. All right, now, Nikki, entertain the people. Do some dancing.
This reminds me of when ECW's power died and they had to have Kimona dance on the...
That's what I'm saying.
Do you see how Trent changed the subject? Get the word out on Twitter that we're back.
Actually, he was escalating the conversation because when ECW's power went out, they had this chick Kimona go up on the balcony and do a striptease dance. That's what Trent was referring to.
Oh.
So we're talking about throwing you to the wolves.
Everybody has to bear with me since I don't know all the past references.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. So what
the viewership, yes.
And the viewership just increased. Well, we'll wait another minute, guys. Why don't you do a Q&A with the nurse while we wait for more people?
Yeah, that's what we were saying. All right, loungers, ask questions for the nurse. Bear with us. Help us out. Ask some questions.
Yeah, so we apologize about that, everybody. It was a bit, we got a little messy there with the connection. That's going to be a little screwy with the review on the video, but thanks for joining us back.
Thank you. You know, bear with us. We are the most unprofessional podcast, and we appreciate the loungers.
People like the realness.
They like the realness.
Realness.
Well, what were we supposed to do? J-Bone's connection went, can't leave the loungers hanging. We got to come back.
How long have I been a nurse? I graduated in 2016, and I did some time on a post-surgical floor, taking care of, knees, hip surgeries, just all sorts of surgeries after the fact. And now I am a nurse in a school while I'm getting my degree and my bachelor's. And I'm getting my bachelor's in December. And so I have my RN license. I just got it as an associate's, and now I'm a bachelor's. I will be. So
near Newsom.
First wrestling show. Okay, I have to admit, I did do a second row show at WWE. So I do have experience in, okay, I have to say though, being second row, that was okay. I exchanged smack talk with Kevin Owens. I said boo, and he said go make me a sandwich, and I said go make me one, blah, blah, blah. Anyways. But it was nothing compared to the awesomeness of indie wrestling and Impact. gives that to me as well. Like, it truly involves the fans. They know how to engage the fans, and that's part of what I loved about wrestling. The minute I walked in, I said, these fans are passionate, the wrestlers are passionate, and it drew me in. Just that energy of it all is what drew me in.
Next question.
Hey,
What's the question?
I wouldn't mind.
It's on the screen, Trent.
I figured
love the rough stuff.
Yeah, I figure that's inevitable.
I'd be willing. Yeah.
In my ass.
I figure that's inevitable.
Worst injury. What about this one, Nurse?
What's the worst injury you've seen at a show?
You're always there at Impact and AAW. You've had to see something.
I have. However, I don't want to go too much into it because, like, sometimes, you know, it's part of the illusion, and sometimes it was more serious where I mean, like I said, I love wrestling and I love the fans. I'm an RN first, and I don't want to go into details as far as what the actual injury was.
Really?
So.
Why not?
Chris Steele wants to know, do you think Tessa should win the world title? You're a female. You're a knockout.
Yes. And well, thank you. See, and I don't want to give that bad impression of how, since I didn't like that one segment, I love Tessa. I think Trent was the one who first was like, look at her, she's awesome. And I paid attention because that's what I do. Like, I'll pay attention at, like, nurse wise. I'm like, how are they engaging with their body? How are they, you know, engaging with their charisma? And she truly has it all. Like, she draws me in as a female and appreciating what her talent is. I love her. I think she's awesome.
All right, you know what? Let's get back to the review. We're a few minutes in. We've got the loungers up in here.
All right, everybody's back in. Well, speaking of that, we are we left off, or we were so rudely interrupted. We left off at, fittingly, the Moose golf segment.
It was too hot for me.
We're gonna let the nurse kick this one off because we know the history of the nurse and Moose. Let's hear your thoughts on the Moose segment. Let's just have you jump right in. You know,
Nurse, if you don't mind me asking, is Moose tense? Does he have a lot of knots?
Oh, jeez.
Is he tense?
I have to say so. Otherwise, what use am I gonna be?
No.
God damn it. Well,
I gotta inquire. You know, everything must be addressed. I'm a curious guy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, go ahead, Nurse. What do you think of this segment? You know, he's coming off a big win against Ken Shamrock at Bound for Glory. He's kind of on top of the world right now. Moose is doing a. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. I was conflicted. I think he sold the segment well. It was just hard for me to go from this Moose that is super stylish with that awesome freaking robe that he had on at Bound for Glory, and then now he's wearing. I would have liked to see him in a full-on, like, awesome, like, golfing outfit.
He was. He had the.
It was just a little too goofy, but it was funny. I know a lot of fans on Twitter were kind of like, why did he, like, have to beat up on these old guys? I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny. It was like, it added to his personality of, like, I'm tough, and that was a hole-in-one, despite what you want to try to say. Don't touch my balls. That was a hole-in-one. I loved it.
Well, Moose is, you know, he's obviously branched out a lot. He's a pro golfer. He's Tiger Moose. That's what we're going to call him. Tiger Moose. Tiger Moose, y'all.
Trent, aren't I already a better producer than Jaybone?
You're doing great, Kyle. I love it. This is great.
I was meant to do this, not Jaybone. That cheese curd eating Milwaukee piece of trash. Like I was saying, there's a beer company called Milwaukee's Best, and we're gonna make a parody shirt where it's the Milwaukee's Best logo, but it's gonna say Milwaukee's Worst, and then like Jaybone and script under it.
Yeah. God damn it. So. All right, so approved, right? Kyle, what do you think of this this Moose segment? I mean, I haven't heard from you on this yet.
Fantastic. I love it. I hate to bring it up, but you have to go back to where this sort of stuff originated from. I love the old school, like classic, like WWF, talking like 80s golden era type humor, and like Moose at the golf course. Like that's classic. Like it reminded me of like a Mr. Perfect type segment, except except it's Moose being an asshole. He clearly did not score a hole in one. He attacked some innocent golfers. It was hysterical. I do agree with the nurse that I do miss the ridiculous outfits, but I mean, Moose has got to evolve. You got to evolve. He's still an asshole, still a brash, arrogant scumbag, but hysterical segment. And I mean, he's proved himself as a superstar golfer. Hakeem Fullerton, Moose versus Tiger Woods in an 18-hole fairway match.
I volunteer to be the nurse there.
So next week on the show, I want to see Moose playing basketball or something like that and managing to cheat.
That would be awesome.
Well, be careful with being the nurse, because I mean, we all know about Tiger Woods and his infidelities, and who knows what he's going to try out with you. Everybody, I just put the new link back out on the Twitter. Please join us. Pass that around. Anybody who got cut off in the last one. Sorry again for the technical issues, everybody. But the new link is on our Twitter at We Talk Impact. Go ahead and share that around for anyone who's looking to get back on.
Flame, that is a good idea. I would love to see that movie. And I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of like all these
Gilmore
segments, but it's good. It was so good. Yeah, I agree.
All right, well, let's go on from that. Okay. Now, here's the other segment that we want to talk about. Ken Shamrock's out in the ring. He's out to address his future with professional wrestling. We're all thinking that he's coming off this loss to Moose. Who knows what he's going to do? But Joey Ryan, the man with the magic dick, interrupts and claims that his thing can tap out Shamrock faster than a Gracie choke. And Shamrock didn't like that because Shamrock has lost to Royce Gracie. Shamrock doesn't back down and challenges Joey Ryan to a match next week. They go to shake on it. Joey tries to get Shamrock to touch the dick. He avoids it. Joey retreats up the ramp. Now, two baby faces here, guys. It's a little weird. She's got the lollipop. We're going to let her start with this one. What do you think of this, Nurse Nichole? I don't know how much you know about Joey Ryan.
In the cleavage? Yeah.
Wait, let me hold it there.
Sorry,
okay.
Trent. Sorry.
Okay, so for me, I've said before, I've not been a big fan of like total gimmick things. It's not engaging for me as a new fan. However, Joey Ryan does it so completely. Like even from his chest hair to his outfit to his like lollipop, like it is so complete. Like there's no like kind of, and no half doing it. He does it all. And so it made it completely engaging for me. I liked it. I like him. So
it's been going on for a while. He's been doing that gimmick for a little bit. And Richard Carledge, you are a respectable British man.
I'm so much better than Jaybone at this. Like I'm making the loungers a part of the whole show. He like picks and chooses. I say we keep the loungers on the screen as we move along.
Keep doing it.
Isn't that how it should be, Trent?
Absolutely.
We are family with the loungers.
I personally, I am not going to. Jesus Christ. Akeem Fullerton, and you have been letting me have it today, my friend. You have been letting me have it today.
You guys win.
He's been now I've not made any secret. I'm not a Joey Ryan fan. I'm not a big fan of the gimmick. To me, it's a little goofy. I'm a little more old school in that sense. I'm not I don't know. I just don't get it. To me, it's too much. And for him to be with Ken Shamrock doing it, I don't see where it's going. I guess Shamrock's looking to have fun nowadays. He's 55 years old. He's looking to have a good time. It's nice and light. I never liked this gimmick. It's just way too out there for me. But people like it. He's over. My only thing is with this gimmick is it's great for an indie. But is there long-term sustainability on a TV program with this? Like, can you really go long with this kind of gimmick on TV?
Sure, you can.
Why do you
think? Because of his commitment level, and that's why it gets me. And I don't like any real gimmicks, but he commits to it. he's not, just his attitude is gimmicky or just his outfit is gimmicky. Like, he has it complete. Like, there's it to me, I'd follow it. I'd totally follow it.
I mean, he's very over. He's the only wrestler endorsed by Pornhub or YouPorn, whichever one it is. He's officially endorsed by them.
His duck off.
Duck off.
I don't know if he has a duck.
Something's quacking down there. I don't know what it is.
He's such an over-the-top animated character. He's one of the guys that was able to create a brand for himself without really being on TV. Yeah, he had a quick cup of coffee in Impact, but I'd say
he was there in 2013.
The height of his character, though, was all stuff on the independents. I believe he is a national ambassador of YouPorn.com. Everything he does on YouTube, his YouTube page, his personal YouTube page, has more subscribers than a lot of wrestling promotions. The guy, he's created a brand for himself, and he can only help Impact out. Now, the wrestling traditionalists, the Jim Cornettes of the world, they're not big on him. But to me, he's such an animated, over-the-top character. He's hysterical. We need those comedy segments. Trent, we always say one thing we love about Impact that we think Impact has done better than any wrestling promotion ever is their comedy work, their comedy segments, in between the serious wrestling stuff. And come on, man. Joey Ryan, who better than him? But I will say, Joey Ryan and Johnny Swinger would make a hell of a tag team. Throw Ace Austin in there, too. A whole bunch of sexual deviants.
Bunch of deviants, scumbags.
Loungers, think of a name for that team, please, as we go along here.
And I kind of do agree with...
And Joey. Yeah.
I do agree, Killstil. I would like to see some seriousness. I wasn't a fan of the whole penis grabbing, like, with all of these awesome wrestlers at Bound for Glory. It was kind of meh. So I would like to see some seriousness, but yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see how it plays out.
Akeem Fullerton's got some good comments today. I gotta say, we gotta get him on the goddamn show already.
Flame's name for their team would be Triple X. Wasn't Triple X a huge TNA team back in the day?
Already taken, Flame. Already taken.
Go back to the Fox Sports Net era.
Speaking of sleaze, Ace Austin and Eddie Edwards street fight. This was the ongoing feud between these two. Ace Austin now has the X Division title. So big old brawl going on here. There's a great spot in here where Ace went off the ropes and took a dive right into the trash can. That was very innovative. What do you guys think of this match? Let's start with you, Nurse. I know you're not an Ace Austin fan.
No. Okay, seriousness. I like Ace Austin. Like, I like him as a wrestler. That's a perfect example of how you do, like, cheesy, slutty stuff like Joey Ryan is pulling it off, and how it's just kind of creepy with Ace Austin. And I think Ace Austin is too good of a wrestler to, like, have that video was just off for me that got put out. I was like, I truly felt like, okay, if this goes anymore, I am on Pornhub or something. It was just weird. And so, like, that match though, it was so good. There were so many good moves in it. Yeah, the trash can, the Eddie over the head, it was just so awesome. It's just I don't think Ace needs it. It feels like a distraction to me.
All right, fair
Trent,
enough.
you've raised the Smark. I gotta say, you were the anti-Smark, and you've raised the critiquing Smark girlfriend. Where did this come from?
This is all her, man.
So cool. I respect and appreciate her opinions, but I know what section of wrestling fandom she's falling under.
She is she's her own person. She's her own person.
Yeah.
She doesn't listen to a goddamn thing I say. She's her own person.
And speaking of, I remember I'm my own person so much so that Jaybone thought I was drunk at All for Glory.
Whoa!
Nope.
I never heard this story.
Oh yeah, so
off the rails quick.
Jaybone comes up to me later on. He's like, "Yeah, I heard. I was. It was such a great environment. I couldn't even. I was thinking about having a drink, but I was like, man, I don't know. I really was having a good time. I wanted to concentrate." He goes, "I saw Nichole, and she looked like she was had a couple in her, and she was feeling pretty good." And I'm like, Jay, she was actually 100% sober. She doesn't drink. And he's like, oh my God. Oh my God, really?
Oh,
And I
you're
was like,
boring too. You're just like Trent. You don't drink.
No, oh no, I go all around.
you don't drink? What are you talking about?
Because I'm.
Oh, we got a
like
liar
this.
on our hands here.
I'm like this. Without it, I don't need it.
See,
Yeah, she doesn't need it.
I love you guys, but I don't know how we'd have fun if I came out and hung out with you. I'm a regular degenerate. I am a alcohol abusing human being.
You really are a piece of shit, Kyle.
Even
And
more
I love
fun.
you for it.
Okay.
Even more fun.
We're all our own person.
That's true.
That's
very true.
Anyway.
But so this match, Ace Austin beats Eddie. This was, he hit him with the fall through the table. Ace needed the big win. The feud continues because, obviously in this one you had a little interference. Reno Scum got involved. After this, you had Ace. Later on he was back in. He interfered with Johnny Swinger hitting on Alicia. Ace Austin came and broke it up later on and finally convinced Alicia to have dinner with him. So this feud's continuing. This is definitely continuing. We're not done with Eddie and Ace Austin.
No.
So we'll see where it goes. The match was good though. I thought Eddie, put Eddie in anything he can pull it off.
And I can't wait till we mention the post-match segment between Ace and Alyssa. It's going to be good.
We're gonna get to it. But now here was a very interesting transition here. So you have the Impact throwback, the Impact Plus throwbacks, and they showed Havoc and Su Yung in Mexico, where Havoc hung Sue and killed her basically. Now I know the nurse is dying to talk about the medical aspect of this. We're gonna get to this. There was a great so they showed that and then they transitioned it into something. Before we get into the transition, I know the nurse wants to say something about the flashback when they're operating on trying to save Sue's life. Go ahead and say what you got to say about this.
But that's like, me trying to watch your ER show and critiquing it. It was so funny to me. They're doing CPR on her neck and they say she was dead based off of nothing, that the heartbeat things were on her stomach. There was a lot, but it was fun. I have fun critiquing it as a nurse. But yeah.
Oh, we've got a medical expert here, don't we?
They declared her dead and then they tapped on the watch and they were like, oh, is it even working? You declared her dead.
She's dead. Now, it was interesting. They transitioned right from that. So she did that wake up and then they transitioned it right out. I loved how they did this, how they used a flashback to bring you into the current show, which was brilliant the way to do that.
Yes.
Remind everybody about what happened. And then you have Suzie watching. It's Su Yung without the gimmick. And she's watching the TV and she kind of walks away and you hear this creepy music. And she walks over and she's like, hi. And some stagehands run away. And then she walks up to the Deaners and she's like, hi. And then Cody Deaner's like, and he's like, and then Jake's like, why is this creepier than before? And she's like, he's like, what are you doing here? And she's like, I don't know. I feel like I'm supposed to be here. He goes, anyway, nice meeting you guys. And then she trottles off. And then Jake's like, that was terrifying. And Cody's like, yeah, she's hot now, bro. It's crazy. I love how they did this because it's it is creepier than before. She's this creepy doll and she's Su Yung without the gimmick on. She's not the undead bride. She's an alive bride. I don't know what they're going with it, but I think it's phenomenal. What did you guys think of this? Kyle, let's start with you. This was sleazy. Let's start with you. You're a scumbag. What do you think about this?
Well, obviously, I am a scumbag, and this is awkward now because I'm operating the StreamYard with one hand, and am I supposed to run the bites with my other hand? God damn you, Jaybone. God damn you.
Jaybone totally screwed everything. Scumbag of the week.
Use both hands.
Yeah, hey, use both hands. Use both hands. But see now I'm thrown off. Are we talking about Alyssa Edwards or are we talking about the Suzie segment?
We're talking about Suzie. We'll get to Alicia in a second.
So like you said, the flashback was perfect for it to tie in, but I guess Su Yung is undead. So now that she's dead, she's back to life. I don't know.
I don't know what the hell to call it.
I don't know what to call it either.
Now that she's dead, she's back to life.
Yeah. Like, I hate to be the dog and go there, but like mentioned by the loungers said it, not me. She's hot under all that makeup. God damn.
She's real pretty. And that's Mrs. Rich Swann. If anybody doesn't know, that's Mrs. Rich Swann.
Kyle isn't using you motherfucker, Richard.
Richard Carledge you and Richard Carledge have been the feud of the year. 2018 was you guys feud of the year.
Oh yeah. But no, somebody mentioned up there that this is going to be like an Abyss and Joseph Park type angle. But like, does she bounce back and forth, or is she Suzie now, or is she Suzie and does she have to get killed again to become Su Yung? Like, how is this going to happen?
Well, and that's like Richard says, I don't know how they used to do flashbacks in the past, but watching now and not knowing the history of it, I agree. Like, that drew me in. I want to know what they're doing. I want to know like how it's going to move forward. And I feel that's what a good segment should be. And it was besides the whole medical, but that's all fun and games. I was engaged. It was interesting. I felt like I knew a little bit of the history, and I want to know. Yeah, I want to know more what's going to happen. And it was a good segment. I agree.
Cool. All right. Very nice. Now, Kyle, we're on the segment you want to talk about here. Johnny Swinger hitting on Alicia. Ace Austin breaks it up. He's in the bag. He's like, get the hell away from her. She's a married woman.
she's taken.
She's taken, which is ironic as fuck. But you
guys swing?
He convinces her to have dinner with him. He's like, come on, Alicia. I'm pursuing you for weeks. Just celebrate with me once. And she caves. Mrs. Eddie Edwards has caved.
It's complicated. It's complicated. It's complicated if you're boyfriend and girlfriend. It's not complicated if you're married. I didn't like it. Anyways.
Well, he's been trying to get with her for months. He's been hitting on her a lot, pulling a lot of schemes. I mean, he's been trying to get in there pretty heavily, from what we understand. So it's going to happen, guys. I mean, Mrs. Eddie Edwards is going to. Well, go ahead and play the clip, Kyle. Play the soundbite. You might as well. You know which one I'm talking about. There's only one soundbite that fits here.
I got a couple of them.
I just banged your wife?
No, the one from Ace.
Well, I like to mix it up and throw Josh in there too. We got to be nice to our pal Josh Matthews. He needs to be represented, if you will.
I'm going to bang his wife.
There we go.
That's what's going to happen.
There we go.
Nurse is nodding her head, though. She's not a fan of this at all. I mean, what's the deal? Why not?
I don't know. It wasn't as bad as some of the other like cheesy ones with him. I don't.
I'm noticing a trend here. I'm noticing a trend here. It's like Trent. I'm telling you, she hates anything like that's sexual on the show because she gets jealous. She knows her man is.
No, I liked Joey Ryan. He was sexual.
Okay, he's a guy.
No. Oh.
I don't know. I just think it doesn't have to be sleazy. Like that could have been a little more fun. Like it looked serious. Like it looked.
But that's
like
the idea.
And
I know
these wrestling segments are supposed to be cheesy. You have to keep that in mind. Like I am a man of the cheese. I love B films. Like I love like bad horror movies. Like I love this sort of thing.
Okay.
That's my perspective.
All right.
Well, the thing is, if you might have missed it, there's been a lot of segments. This has been going on for months. Little drops, little him faking her getting mugged and him saving her. Him paying off a lady to pretend like Eddie cheated on his wife. All of a sudden, he's been pulling schemes.
Yeah,
for months.
Where's her toughness to be like, no.
She's dumb. She's ditzy and stupid. That's part of her character.
But she's been pushing him off, though. She hasn't caved for this whole time.
But Trent, does Ace get the girl? Is he going to?
100%.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Eddie's a psycho. Eddie's
a psycho, but Ace is getting there. Eddie is going to bang his wife. That's not. Let's not. I mean, Ace is gonna bang his wife. Let's not make any bones about it. He's definitely gonna slip her.
I'm gonna bang his wife.
On this one. Yeah, he sure is. He sure is. He's gonna slip her the ace, man. There's no doubt.
Okay, yes, that is true. Critical seeing I from how he was going psycho and all that. Yeah, I can see what you're saying.
I agree with Wrestling Phantom. We need a Johnny Swinger.
No, that's totally wrong. I love boobs.
Oh yeah, she's going back to Andre's comment.
I love boobs. I have nothing the sleaze just has to be done right. Do it right. Give it its proper credit.
That was legendary. Paying Reno Scum to drug Eddie at the wedding.
Amazing.
That was gold.
The wedding was great. I mean, like I said, it's been going on for a while. He's doing his job well. The nurse doesn't like him.
That is true. I can honor that. You are so correct. If I'm angry at him doing that, you're right. His character is done well.
I would love to see Alicia turn on Eddie Edwards. I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan if you really hit home with this.
And Trent, I know you're a sucker for WCW references. Our boy Andre, who needs to get on the show.
Yes, Andre Corbio, you are coming on the show. Mark my words. We've been talking about it way too long. You will be on the show, I promise you. And that's a great reference. Exactly what I'm thinking, too. Kimberly Page. She turned on DDP. She said, fuck you and your yoga. I'm turning on you, man. So she turned on him. That's right. The douchebag always wins. The
nice guys finish last.
That's very true. That's right. Just play. I'm a god on the last in fucking line. All right, let's get on with this, guys. We are at speaking of the last in line, we are at the main event here. This is the big one. Brian Cage, Sami Callihan, world title match in the steel cage. This is a rematch from Bound for Glory, and some people were questioning why did it happen so quick. Bound for Glory just happened, but if you saw the This is Impact special, Sami Callihan threatened Brian Cage and his family, basically coerced him into giving him a rematch at the AXS debut. Now, from my point of view, there's two ways to go by that. I've been saying this all week. People were like, why didn't he just win at the pay-per-view, right? My thing was Brian Cage needed a substantial win for not only to kind of solidify his title reign, because he's had a terrible title reign. It's been marred by injuries. It's had a lot of ups and downs. Him getting that big win at the pay-per-view gave him some credibility that he needed at the end of that run. Now, the other part of that is, if Sami would have won at the pay-per-view, it would have completely killed Brian Cage because Sami's gotten one over on him for months. Brian Cage has gotten nothing on Sami, so you needed to keep Cage credible. Now, the other part of that is that AXS it's a big historic show for debut on the TV, on the new network, bigger audience than a pay-per-view would be. It is a way to make an impact, for lack of a better term, on the first show on the new network to have a title change, have a new champion crown, kick off the new era. And
it's a statement.
It's a statement.
We've said before, Trent, that Sami's title run was overdue, but I'm happy that they slow burned it and they did it at the perfect time. They better off doing it on the first episode rather than the pay-per-view. Yep. And not for nothing, I enjoyed this match, Sami versus Cage, better than the one that was at the pay-per-view.
Interesting. What do you think, Nurse? Which one did you like better? You were at both. You saw Bound for Glory and you saw this one now. What did you think?
Well, first we need to comment on...
Nice of you to join us, Mr. Bone. Round of applause for Jaybone, everybody. Come on, give it up for him. Yeah.
Well, he's been voted Scumbag of the Week.
Sorry, Jaybone. While you were gone, you got scumbag. I mean, you earn it,
I'm so sorry.
Well, the loungers were speculating that you were getting beat by your wife, that you were banging your wife. There was a lot of speculation going on. So.
I will hide my face to the remainder of the show. No, I don't know what the hell happened. I rebooted everything. I lost internet. It's just a hot mess, and I freaking hate that. I hate that more than trust me. I've been doing this for 6 years. Trust me, no one hates it more than I do, because it does happen every great once in a while. So my apologies.
Well, we were on the main event, Jay. Nurse is about to give her opinion on the main event here. What do you think about it? You were at one. You saw the other one. What do you think?
So yes, I totally admit these guys are all the technical. I'm just come at it from like an entertainment drawing point of view. Trent, I've never been a super big fan of Brian Cage. Don't know why. It's just always not been I've not been his biggest fan. However, I thought he engaged.
Loungers are going crazy.
Andre's a lunatic today. He's going nuts.
I agree. I thought the way Cage went in when he jumped into that was phenomenal. I think he looked great with blood on him. Man, I need a nap, guys. That's what took so long.
Grandpa needed a nap.
10% was the banging and 90 was the nap.
Jeez. But go on. Go on, Nurse. You're saying.
Okay. What I was most surprised at is because Brian can be so very overbearing to me. Just super intense. He's big. He's just got a big presence. To me, that's said so much to Sami's greatness that I didn't feel like there was this uneven match. I felt that he stood out too. Like he wasn't dwarfed by Brian. He was great. I enjoyed it.
Sami Callihan is, in my opinion, the best in the game right now. He can work with anybody, man, woman, child, doesn't matter who it is. Like he's jumping from a feud with Brian Cage right into one with Tessa Blanchard. That to me shows his diversity as a performer, how he's able to just flex, going from feuding with a giant big man to intergender. That's brilliant. And but I agree that Brian Cage climbing over the fence, bleeding. It was nuts. Jay, since you made it for this one, why don't you give your word on this? What do you think about this match?
What you were just said, jumping the fence. I mean, he showed that he's back to, I mean, if not 100%, damn near 100%. That move that he did, jumping over the fence, reminded me of his days of when he was first introduced to Lucha Underground, and he freaking like suplexed Taya over the fence through like 10 tables or whatever the hell it was, doing shit like that. So yeah, he's back, and I feel like Bound for Glory and this match, even though he lost, kind of redeemed some of his, I don't know what you say, like mojo, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
But I'm uber happy that Sami is champ. It's a great way to kickstart the brand again. New channel, new champ. It almost said new champs across the board, but yeah, a new Triple X division champ, and Impact World champ. It's positive, definitely.
Can you longtime technical guys explain to me, if Sami is so awesome and he's the world champ, why are they still doing the group tag team OVE chant? I didn't get that. It felt weird to me. Why can't Sami have his own thing?
He's got a crew.
It's his crew.
I know, but he's having his single moment. I
you know
wish
what?
he had his own
Sometimes in wrestling, Nichole, you just don't think too hard.
Okay.
You enjoy it more if you don't overanalyze and think too hard.
All right.
That's how I enjoy wrestling.
Good to know. No.
Well, he also chants it on his way out. He's always chanting OV. I mean, it's.
Oh yeah,
it's his thing. It's part of the. It's like he's representing. He's always saying it's for Ohio, by Ohio. So it's him versus everything is the idea.
Okay.
So I'm excited for the Sami Callihan era. I think he's a very, very dedicated guy. He bleeds Impact Wrestling. This is going to be a very awesome champ. And now let's talk about this. Tessa, they jumped into the Tessa thing immediately.
Yeah.
Little quick for me because now I'm wondering, doesn't Brian Cage get a rematch? You're always entitled to rematch. Does he get a rematch? He gave Sami a rematch. Are we jumping right away into Tessa, or are we going to give Brian Cage a rematch at some point, because for New York, Kyle, I don't know if you saw it, show you're going to be at, it's going to be Sami and Ken Shamrock.
Oh, really? I had no clue.
That was just announced. They announced
today.
They announced Sami versus Brian immediately for Turning Point.
Oh shit!
And Chris Steele, yes, I'm thinking that too. Is he a transitional champ? Is he just holding it
I
for
hope not.
Tessa? You know, and I hope not. But okay, so Critical Sting is saying Cage does have the rematch at Turning Point. Okay, good. We needed that because he's got to get his rematch. That's part of the wrestling foundation. You need to always give the former champ the rematch. He earns the rematch.
Ooh,
So
Redwood, that would be awesome.
What are we saying here? What's Redwood saying? Oh, okay. That could be interesting. That could be very interesting. That's a
Eddie.
Right?
But would that take away from Tessa? That's what you got. If they're building Tessa super strong, would that take away from her if she's in a 4-way and then she doesn't pin Sami to win the belt?
No, Tessa has to beat Sami in a 1-on-1 because now I could be wrong here.
Too long.
I believe that Tessa has never ever beat Sami in a match thus far.
He's got 3 wins on her, from what I understand. 3 wins.
It's going to be a big moment. I just hope it takes a long time to get to that point because Sami deserves a long title run. He is a cheerleader for Impact Wrestling. He's put the company on his back. He's, in my opinion, the most entertaining professional wrestler in the entire industry. He deserves a nice long run, personally.
And also, I think that Tessa deserves him to have a long run so that when she comes
more
in,
meaningful.
Exactly. It's not just, let's just hand it to her, because Tessa's too awesome. I think she's way too awesome. She deserves him to be a worthy champion.
Question by Sid Bones for you, Nurse.
Yeah. That was too many. I've now learned to kind of like handle some of the moves these guys do, but those just, and I think there were so many of them. I counted
5
more than that. Yeah.
Well, the 5th one was off the top rope. Yeah.
True.
That was brutal.
That was.
I think he got a little tired and they looked a little sloppy, but then he came through and he did another one that was solid, and it just I was like, no, stop.
Now,
sometimes I kind of roll through them, but it's still
Now
Sami hits a solid pile driver though, man. I gotta say.
So something happened during this match that disclaimer, I'm about to throw it off the rails for just a second and then we'll go back. I actually had to stop watching this match and then go back the next day to watch it again to fully enjoy it. Now, during this match, I was texted by multiple friends because they know how much I love the guy. My favorite comedian / entertainer actor, John Witherspoon, passed away. And I got that news during this match. And it made me very upset. I can't lie. So I had to go back and rewatch it. And in honor of John Witherspoon, Trent, we're gonna
You got a bite?
The night sound I hear when I'm holding you tight. Bell, baby, you just rang. It's my love going bang, bang, bang. John Witherspoon was the man.
Legendary comedian John Witherspoon.
See, I hope I'm not alone here. And, I got that news during the match. And it crushed me. It pops, exactly. Pops. I grew up watching the Wayans Brothers TV show after school on WB every single day. So this hit me hard. Friday. Trent, Jaybone, you said you loved him in a movie that I never saw. What was that? Because I got to watch it now.
He was in a couple Eddie Murphy movies, I believe. Boomerang is the most one of the more. But yeah, Friday.
No, obviously Friday. But you said Boomerang. Friday. I got to watch
Boomerang's a very underrated movie there, Kyle.
I got to watch it. I'll watch it tonight.
Boomerang is one of my favorite Eddie Murphy movies. The comedy in there, the stuff he does with Martin Lawrence.
But yeah, I just had to pay some tribute to Pops there. Rest in peace, Pops.
Pops.
77 years old, though. Hell of a run, And I apologize for throwing it off there, but I had to give.
No, the Lounger's loving it, man. Lounger's paying props to Pops over here.
They love Pops. Yeah.
J-Rock Freak, where the hell you been, J-Rock Freak? Here he is. Okay. Granddad from the Boondocks, also.
Oh yeah.
Very nice. That's it. That's cool, guys.
I went back the next day with, a clear mind, even though I was in mourning of Pops, and I watched the match again. And Sami versus Cage on the show was better than the pay-per-view match. One of the best Now, I thought at first the 5 pile drivers, a little ridiculous, but then you have to keep in mind this is Brian Cage. This is the Machine. This is not any regular guy. This is he's like somebody said Cage looks like he climbed the Empire State Building. He's King Kong. So,
I mean, that's a big man.
Hakeem Fullerton, line of the night. One thing Ace Austin and Pops have in common: bang, bang, bang. And I do a little karaoke, Andre, and you're attacking me. Come on, that's from the heart. So, but from here on out, I'm gonna get a soundbite, a quick bang, bang, bang from Pops, and in his memory, I'm gonna keep it in the bank, because we talk about sex a lot with the boing and all the other fun bites.
And Moose.
Ed Moose is in my ass. We will have Pops with the bang, bang, bang.
The nurse working that lollipop like it's Saturday night. So let's let's go ahead and hot sauce. What the?
yeah. He's got hot sauce on the burrito. Another Pops reference.
Yeah.
All right. So, amen, Hakeem. All right. So, anybody? I want to go around. So, is it a little too soon for the Tesla thing? Nurse, what do you think? I mean, should they have waited a little bit to jump into the Tesla thing, or should it have gone right away?
You mean like
she came out immediately? Yeah,
I liked it. I thought it was engaging. I think and the thing is I think she handles herself to warrant her to come out right away. I've seen guys do it, and it seems natural. It seems good. She handles herself in such a way that she deserved to come out right away. I didn't say it took away. I think it was good.
All right.
It was good.
Jay, you got any opinion on that? Should they have waited?
I think it's okay that she came out because it sets up something for the future. How it goes from here is going to be very interesting. I hope it's not. I hope it's. How do I say this? She's had this tremendous mountain to climb, and a lot of people are getting on the bandwagon. They believe in Tessa. Some don't. It's understandable, but I think if it's worked properly, and I think so far it has been, in my opinion, it has. She's a hell of a performer. She's an ass kicker, but I want this to be a slow burn. I want this to go over the course of a few months and her not get it immediately. I'm okay if she's champ, but I love Sami, and everything that Sami has done for this company and his whole crew, and as hard of a worker as he is, he deserves to be champ for a while, not just a transitional champ.
Absolutely. I would even say have it go all the way till Slammiversary.
I was just going to say that, Kyle. Yep. I don't want it to happen in Hard to Kill. I want it to go to Slammiversary.
Give Tessa a different feud to keep her busy for a while, but
because that's where it started.
Exactly.
Well, and whether they meant to or not, they did it just enough. They didn't drag on that moment. They did it just enough to keep us wondering. I mean, look at us. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what angle they're trying to do. It's just enough.
I give her so much credit because he spit up in the air and you didn't see where it landed until they showed his face. And he's just covered in the mayo. Well, I don't know what if he's like dehydrated. It was
weird how he spit in his own face instead of spitting in hers.
He spits a lot.
If it's a glandular problem, I don't know what's wrong with Sami. Sami needs to get that shit checked out because that's not normal. But
I once saw a match at AAW where Sami Callihan and Davey Richards spent the entire match spitting on each other for 12, 13 minutes. All it was a spit fest. The spit thing is not new to Sami Callihan. He's been doing it a long time.
Oh yeah.
Rough.
But just
no. I can handle a lot of bodily fluids, but spit.
Put two boings in that one.
That was a botch.
No, it was awesome. It was just a little gross, but I don't think they meant it that way.
No, it would just,
There we go. I recorded this at Trent's house.
Did you?
Up against the door while they were in there. from.
Well, on that note, I think it's time we get the plugs in. And
no, actually, Trent, I want to do this at the end of every single. No, hold on. I'm bringing something to the table here. At the end of every podcast, we have to go around and pick your match or moment of the night. It's only right. Only right.
All right, let's start with the nurse. The guest. The guest goes first. What is your moment of the night?
Hello, nurse.
I do have to, even though the first match was my favorite, I have to say Brian climbing that cage. That was my moment. It was awesome.
A lot of people have pointed that out. It's very interesting. A lot of people have mentioned that was pretty epic because he did it so fast. You know, he did it so effortlessly.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Jay, your favorite moment of the night?
I got a two for here. I got one for a wrestler and one for commentary. So just bear with me. And I know I'm late and I screwed up the whole first show, and my apologies again, but I got to throw in a comment about Suzie. That was, for me, that was like, holy crap. The wrestling was great, but the whole transition from Su Yung to Suzie, I can't wait to see where this goes. And I'm sorry I missed the discussion, and I'm sorry I'm backtracking, but I love the fact that they reintroduced Suzie. And for commentary, the wife swappers 13, Ace Austin starring in it. That got a pop for me.
And you know what I think they need to do? They need to make that a thing and have Ace doing another porn or movie, and this time have Eddie crash the set of the porn and attack him while he's in bed or somehow like that, you know?
It's going to involve the wife somehow.
It's got to involve Alicia. That's the best part. That's the key here. He's got to be in bed with Alicia.
Or Ace. Ace and Alicia in bed together.
Yeah.
Get it? Yep.
A little, maybe a little Ruthie.
What is your moment of the night, Kyle? You didn't give yours.
It would have to be the Scum King, my hero, Sami Callihan, getting that gold. The match was awesome. So match of the night for Brian Cage versus Sami Callihan. Sami picking up the win. Definitely.
I'm with Kyle. I double that with Kyle. I second his favorite.
Good for you.
Good for you. When you know, Kyle, what can I say?
When you know, you know.
When you know, baby. I'm going to go with that one.
This segment I loved. We have to go back to Rascals and Emba, and I loved that. That was awesome.
Yeah, great moment. Somebody asked if the nurse is going to be back for reviews. Is the nurse sound off? Do you guys want her back for the reviews? Yep. Sound off. Let her know.
I know I'm wet behind the ears, but I had fun. I had fun with everybody.
Well, nobody's looking behind your ears there, darling. They're all looking at the dress in front. So, well, let's just let's on that note. Hepatitis. On that note, let's go ahead and get everybody plugged up.
That's just not that's just not where the spit should go.
Oh, Jesus. The whole show is great. Thank you. I can handle 11 and 13. All right. Let's talk about where they can find us. Let's kick it off. Nurse, where can they find you online? You have a new Twitter account. You are online. You're up there. Where can these listeners connect with you guys? Give her a follow immediately after she tells you where you can find it.
And a final thought from the loungers. I'm going to play them on the screen as we're talking.
At Wrestling Nurse. Made it simple for you guys. If you have any questions, I will give my feedback and answer questions. Just not what happens in the locker room.
Not locker room. Locker room is what happens in the locker room stays in the locker room.
You saw that tweet, Trent. She swore to secrecy.
I know. Even I don't know what goes on back there, which is kind of a scary thought. So Wrestling Nurse at Wrestling Nurse on Twitter. Anything Instagram or anything? You want to plug your Instagram too?
So I do have Nikki.s _island, but I am gonna, I don't know, depending on how much desire there might be for my wrestling pictures, because I do focus on helping the guys. I did create an Instagram at Wrestling Nurse, so it's just nothing's up yet. So
right, at Wrestling Nurse on Twitter. Okay, sounds good. Jay, where can people find you?
You can find me on the Twitter box over at Jaybone5150. That's Jaybone 5150. I'm also on that other little channel called Smash This Podcast over on the YouTubes. Instagram also has a Smash This Podcast, Facebook, and a Twitter also for the Smash This Podcast.
Come on, Kyle. You're back online. You got a new profile picture and everything.
Follow me on Twitter, KL_TNI. You like that picture, Trent? Chugging the White Claws. Drinking some White Claw up in 7-Eleven.
No laws with claws.
No laws. Drinking right in the store. But no, follow me on Twitter at KL_TNI. And I got to plug it. Next week, Thursday and Friday, loungers, I will be at the New York Melrose Ballroom tapings. And if you're going to attend, we're going to meet up at 5:30, 6 p.m., whenever you can get there, at Napoli Pizza, which is a block away from the Melrose. Just, I got the address on our We Talk Impact Twitter page, or you got a cell phone. I hate when people ask for directions nowadays because it's like, you got GPS, you got Google. Come to Napoli Pizza. I will be there. I will not be buying you pizza, even though I attacked these two for not buying you pizza, because I am a scumbag. Hey, times are tough, man. You got to see my bank account. Times are tough. But I will be there. We're going to hang out, and from Napoli Pizza, we're all going to walk as a crew. We're going to walk over to Melrose Ballroom. Our listener, Bison, he's flying in all the way from the United Kingdom, all the way from the UK. That's dedication. I can't get to Chicago, but this guy could get to a TV taping from the United Kingdom.
Who wants to bring me to New York? I want to go now.
Come on to New York. Come on, Trent. Bring her. Come on down. So
it's next week.
Yep, we'll be there next week. I'm going to be in the front row for both tapings, so look out for me on the show. I got the titanium package. I'll have signs. It'll be a good time.
Do. According to your Pakistani girlfriend, you sure do have a titanium package there, pal.
That's right. Hey,
that's what I've heard.
Hey. Yep.
All right, great. So, guys, follow Kyle there. You guys can connect with me at Vanilla Joke on Instagram and Twitter. Connect with me, see what's up. Also at Hemi Music on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I have been releasing the photos and videos of our performance at All Glory, so check it out. See what you guys think of the songs and the photos from that big historic night.
Good for you.
Very good for me. It was a very lovable historic night. Nurse Nichole was there. She was keeping me calm in the green room. Let's say, huh? No, she's not. She's not going to do that.
It's not all she was doing when you were on.
I can go into what happens in the locker room, but then that, if you want to talk about the green room.
We want to keep your relationship together here.
Thank you.
This show is destroying relationships. Jaybone's wife, his marriage is in shambles. You got Trent and Nichole over here. The massage stuff. Everything's falling apart.
I'm on the couch, guys. I'm on the couch.
Oh, yes. Chris Steele show. So, Jaybone, while you were gone, I made the suggestion because of what you did to the show. I love you, Jaybone, but you ruined the podcast this week. I said, Milwaukee's Best, that can of beer?
Yes.
We're going to take the logo, Milwaukee's Best, but it's going to be a parody logo, and we're going to put it on a shirt, and it's going to say Milwaukee's Worst, and it's going to be like Jaybone and script under it. It's going to be your official T-shirt. Got to check that out. But,
I don't even drink anymore. So
hey, no, you don't got to lie to us. Your secret is safe with me. I know you.
Oh no, I was so upset. I mean, I got a couple bottles over here on my bar, but there's like nothing left. There's like
I know you're a raging alcoholic, Jaybone. You don't have to lie to us.
It's a shot of vodka and a shot of I don't know what the hell that other bottle is.
Great schnapps. Great podcast loungers. As always, we will be back next
plugs.
week.
I'm not done my plugs. God damn you.
I'm running you down.
His plugs are this long.
You guys got to follow the show at We Talk Impact on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Go ahead and get connected up with us. Let us know how we did. Let us know what you think. Follow us. Get in touch. Stay in touch. Don't forget, guys, you can also get this podcast wherever podcasts are found: Apple, iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, and Spotify. Do not forget to rate, review, and subscribe on all those platforms. Let us know how you did. The ratings for the iTunes guys have been doing incredible. We are charting in foreign countries: Cambodia, Russia, Taiwan,
Cambodia.
Laos,
Shout out to our friends in Cambodia.
Vietnam. It is going nuts. The worldwide audience.
Jaybone, you were in Vietnam, weren't you? I don't want to give you a Nam flashback here on the show.
I'm not that old. Damn.
Oh, that's the new gimmick for you, apparently.
The worldwide audience has grown really nicely, guys. So, guys, keep
Let me get
going
out
to
of my
iTunes.
wheelchair and kick your ass.
If you got iTunes, get in there, give us a review, rate it. The more you rate it, the more we can get found. So please keep doing that. Whoever's been doing it, thank you very much. We really appreciate that, guys. So also, don't forget to subscribe to the Impact Lounge here, the channel you're watching on, and the Total Nonstop Impact channel. Type in Total Nonstop Impact. We have our own channel. This is all cross-posted there, and Kyle's going to be doing the certain specials, the Scumbag shows over there. We got a couple other specials coming over there. So subscribe over there. Be connected everywhere we can be. We appreciate everyone who has followed so far. So thank you guys very much. Did I miss anything, guys?
Thank you for having me, boys.
There we go.
I'm
Thank
good.
you for being here. Nurse Nichole, you've been a great guest. Lovely to have you. You ended the sausage fest, which is going on for way too long. We brought in a nice, beautiful lady
Yeah.
to this
Got
this
some-
sausage fest here. So thanks for jumping into the Lions Den, talking about professional wrestling, talking about Impact Wrestling. Much appreciated from us. The Loungers, I know, love you and they appreciate you. So thank you very much. Guys, that's going to do it for us. Sorry about the mix-up. Remember, this show is now going to be in 2 parts. We're going to find a way to put it all into 1 part for the iTunes release. So we'll get that out hopefully by tomorrow. And I think that's going to do it. Anything else, guys? Did I miss it?
It's about
Nothing.
it.
All right. We will see you guys next week
Bye.
on Access. Take care.
That's all, folks. Booyah.
We're still live. He never ended the Kyle never ended the broadcast.
He dropped himself out, and we're still here. Great.
We're still here.
Hi,
Kyle,
everybody.
you need to end the broadcast. Wait, we're gonna call him live. We're gonna call him live and tell him this.
Come back.
He's gonna be called live.
It's like a Titanic moment.
Yo, you never ended the broadcast. You just jumped off. We're all still alive. You're on the show right now. You can't just leave like that. You have to end the broadcast.
You guys are still on?
We're still on. You have to end the
Yes.
broadcast.
Are the loungers still there?
Everybody's still here. You have to actually
Yes.
end the show.
Oh,
Oh.
shit. Well, hey,
You're on
Well,
speaker.
hey,
you know what?
you know what?
I'm learning
I'm
Jaybone
learning
stuff
Jaybone
here, you know? It was my
stuff here,
first
you know?
time
My
running the
first
damn
time
we're
broadcast.
all,
Adios.
All right. See you guys. End the